Alright, hi folks, Steven here. We're going to be doing an unboxing video. This should be the latest Pokemon CD from Japan in here. And, I ordered this before I knew what was happening with the station. I think I'm going to keep doing these, even though I don't technically need them because I don't really have a true station anymore, but we're going to keep doing these unboxings. So, first of all, you notice it came in a relatively small box. That means there's probably not a poster, or at least not a rolled up one in there. So this would be a little bit less complicated to unbox. All right. Now that we've got that little edge there cut out, we can do these two, and then this should open. By the way, speaking of the station, what do you folks think of the new approach? It's really the best I can do right now, but I am kind of curious to get your feelings on it. In any case, let's continue opening this. All right, so you can see the usual tissue paper. Let's see what we've got. Bubble wrap. All right, Pocket Monsters X, Y, and Z. Now, of course, a week or so ago, they announced that the X, Y, and Z is coming to America. I mean, I figured the TV show would, but they are calling it X, Y, and Z, despite no official confirmation of a third game. And it looks like we have another one of these Tretta chips in the middle there. This is I believe this is a CD and DVD bundle. The way these come out in Japan is usually, for the major ones at least, there's like a CD bundle and then like a CD and DVD bundle that has like usually some sort of video content, obviously, on the DVD. So let's get this shrink wrap off and see what we can do. Boy, this is stubborn. You know, we got, looks like Ash Greninja on there. I'll admit, I was a little disappointed that the 20th anniversary thing that Pokemon announced stuff a couple weeks ago didn't include any music things, but hopefully that's in the works and they just don't have anything to announce just yet. But in any case, let's open this up, slide this out, and let's start with the Tretta chip. So if you don't know where Tretta is sort of the successor to Bactrio, which is this arcade unit, you can sort of see it down there. And this is a special chip that you can use in there. I really don't know how the game's played or what the mechanics are like, but seeing as how there's no arcades here, you just be glad we're getting Pokken Tournament. All right. But in any case, this is, I guess, the Ash Greninja Tretta chip. And if we look on the back, there's some stats, HP. Unfortunately, I don't know enough about the game to really say too much. Oh, Water Shuriken, I think is how that's pronounced. Interesting that that's in English. But yeah, that's a little bonus you get for this, at least this edition of it. I don't know if it comes with the regular edition as well, but there you go. Obviously, some more information here on the back about Tretta. Now, it does have a website, which interestingly is a .com, not .jp. But this is probably the closest I'll ever get to it. I didn't really see anything while I was in Japan a couple years ago, so. In any case, let's take a look at the actual discs that are in there. Okay, it comes with this little leaflet, but let's take a look at the discs here quick. So they have this little line art. I'm not sure how well that's going to show up there, but there's line art on there's the compact disc, and then here's the DVD. So, like I said, this is the new, I believe, opening theme, if memory serves me. X, Y, and Z. I am very tempted to try and combine that somehow with ABC, the Jackson 5 song, but oh well. In any case, let's see what's underneath. Is this some more art, of course. Zygarde in it's like 1% form or something like that. It's obviously not perfect form. And over here again, Ash and Greninja. I wonder why they chose. I guess the color schemes kind of match if you take a look there. I guess that must be the main reason why they have this sort of similarity there with Greninja and Ash. Wouldn't have worked as well. I mean, that was the starter he picked up. I guess that maybe that just happened to work out, or maybe they decided to do that. In any case, track listings over here. You know, we have the usual version, some B-sides, and then off vocal or karaoke version. And we got the intros on the DVD. In any case, it comes with this little leaflet as well. We'll take a quick look at that. Here, obviously, are lyrics. Of course, they're in Japanese. I like that shot right there of them standing side by side. That's a nice combination there. I'm guessing this is about, well, I believe in the Japanese she's called Eureka, but we know her as Bonnie. There we go. It took me a second to remember the English name for some reason. We got Dedenne and, again, Zygarde. So we got some Team Rocket stuff. I remember just seeing a thread or something about a Team Rocket stuff. I don't know if that's what this song is about or what. I'll have to take a listen to the CD. And in the back we have the track listing. So that's all there is in that one. It's not a bad package. And I think I will keep buying these and bringing them in, even though I don't have a proper station that they can go on. All right, folks, well, that pretty much does it for this video. I'd like to, as I said earlier, get an impression of what you think of the new quote-unquote station format where I put a blog article out each week with a playlist. How's that working for you? I have my own thoughts, but I'd like to hear yours, so give us a comment or drop me an email. All right, folks, thanks.